taking a look back at Linton-HMB's run to a state title this season. What a year it was for their football team. I had a chance to talk with the champs this week about what the first state championship in 17 years means to them. I'm here with Linton-HMB head coach Tanner Puritan and quarterback Lucas Schumacher. Guys, obviously a few days after the championship, has the feeling kind of set in now that you're state champions?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty special. It started to sink in a little bit. Definitely a great accomplishment, and just to kind of be able to reflect on all that we kind of went through this year and how we were able to come out on top, it's definitely special and, you know, good accomplishment for these guys over here.
Yeah, what does it feel like for you? Obviously, a senior, your last chance on a football field. How are you feeling about it, and just knowing that you're going out on top?
Yeah, it's just the best feeling ever, you know. It took a few days for it to sink in, but yeah, it's just the best feeling ever.
Obviously, you had a really good game, a couple of interceptions there in the first half that were key. Going into this game, what were you guys keying in on defense? I know they have a really good quarterback. Is that kind of where it started at?
Yeah, you know, it started with our ends, keeping the quarterback in the pocket, and then we just went from there, and then we had to be mentally tough. You know, if they got a big play, we just had to come back stronger.
This is a team that you saw last year. How much of that were you able to use from last year's matchup to kind of know their tendencies and know what they were going to do?
Yeah, I mean, they were a way different team this year than they were last year. They were a lot more spread this year. Their quarterback was a really big runner. I think what we took away from last year's game is no matter what the score is, they're not going to lay over. They're going to fight. They're a tough program. And so, you know, even at halftime when we were up, we knew, like, guys, you remember last year it was a grinder. Like, they're going to find a way to make this game a grinder. So I think we kind of expected them to throw some punches at us in the second half. And, you know, fortunately, our guys were able to respond.
And that seems like every game that you guys have been in this year, that the ones that you've lost, and even dating to that game against Cavalier last season, both really close games. For you, I mean, how does it feel to kind of get redemption against, you know, a team that you knew kind of put you out last season? And, you know, guys said at practice the week before the championship, we felt like we should have been in the championship last year. How does it feel just for you to kind of get that redemption and, you know, get that good feeling on your back that, hey, you got your chance and you made the best of it?
Yeah, it's a good feeling. You know, going into that week of practice, we had a chip on our shoulder, and it motivated us a lot. It just feels good.
You took advantage of it, senior athlete of the year for 9-man. I want to talk about that last touchdown, though. I mean, you guys were down in the red zone, and you faked the handoff and kind of had the naked bootleg, and you threw your hands up into there as you were going into the end zone. Just what was that feeling like? Did you know that was kind of what was going to put you guys on top? What was going through your head as you were taking those final steps into the end zone?
Yeah, it was just a lot of relief opening up and just seeing wide open field, and it was just the best feeling ever. And I knew if our defense could hold strong, we'd win the game.
Absolutely. Well, the Linton-HMB Lions, first state championship in 17 seasons. I mean, for you guys, I mean, your second year as a coach, you said kind of at the beginning of the season that last year was about kind of setting the culture. It's obvious that these guys really bought into that culture, but what was the biggest difference maker in making this run to the state championship and ultimately getting it done?
Man, it's so hard to win a state championship. There's got to be so many things that go your way. You have to be, you know, good enough to do it, but then you got to be healthy at the right time, and even if you're good enough and you're healthy, you know, things still got to fall your way. And so, you know, I thought we were good enough to win a state championship last year too. It's just, you know, things didn't fall our way at the end. So, you know, for our guys to come back and keep working hard, and you know, Lucas, I mean, that was a tough stretch during the middle of the season when we were going, you know, 3 games in 8 days, and Lucas wasn't playing, and it had been pretty easy for our guys to kind of just mentally give up, but, you know, they stayed strong, and even that, you know, the loss at the end of the season to Grant County Flasher, you know, that was a tough loss to take, but we knew Lucas was going to be healthy 100% playing both ways in the playoffs, and so that kind of gave us, you know, a little bit of added motivation and kind of fueled us a little bit. So it's special to bring the title back. It's been a little bit of it has been a drought, 17 years, and so I'm just proud of the guys, and it couldn't have happened to a better group of kids.
The Lions did all the right things throughout the season. 2 losses on the season, but they bounced back, earning the first state championship in 17 years at Linton-HMB.